Referee Mr. Mark Goddard, the best in the biz. About to get this one underway. 3 5-minute rounds, should they need them. At a catchweight here of 132. Leonardo de Oliveira in the peak shorts. Igor Wojtas in the black with the red patterning. And a big reception for Wojtas here.
Some of my favourite shorts so far tonight as well. I was trying to work out when he's walking whether it was Naruto or One Piece, but yeah, this is again the action. Double leg by Igor. I think Leonardo actually pulled guard there. Seemed like rather than accept it, he pulled, which is a bit brave, not my cup of tea, but we'll see if it pays off for him.
He's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, so perhaps comfortable on his back. We'll have to wait and see how comfortable Igor Wojtas makes it for him.
He's doing a good job of controlling the head on the collar tie and trying to control those wrists, but Igor's doing a brilliant job of landing some damaging shots. He needs to be careful stepping up, just to make sure that he doesn't switch on that arm. But he's pounding away. Me personally, if I'm in Igor's corner now, I'm telling him that he needs to make these shots count, maybe sort of use these bicep grips to land an elbow. A cut early on in a fight can massively change a fight outcome. Also, like you said, Leonardo is Jiu-Jitsu black belt, so he needs to be careful where those arms are at all times, making sure that not only is tied up and that he's using that bicep control. If he's got control of the biceps, he's keeping control of the head, it stops Leonardo from being able to rotate freely and sort of cuts down on any armbar attempts like he just threw or high triangle attempt.
Thiago Goncalves in the corner of Leonardo de Oliveira. An OG MMA fighter who actually competed on Cage Warriors back in 2006 against Matt Ewan. Victorious on that occasion. Thanks to our matchmaker Ian Dean for that little tidbit.
Both of these guys literally just having a bit of a phone box fight here and just beating smoke on each other. There's that armbar attempt. Igor going straight to the double unders. Into half guard.
Yeah, Leonardo letting Igor know there. He's got to be careful, got to mind his P's and Q's.
Yeah, he needs to be careful here because Oliveira's got that butterfly sweep if he wants to take it. Obviously, he's crossing his feet here and keeping them sort of locked tight. So he's using it as a control position rather than a sweep position. I always prefer to try and use the lever sweep to sort of create the angle up. He's using the lockdown and locking under the foot. Again, Igor just needs to punch his way through it. A couple of elbows. He doesn't want the double unders from there because not only is there a sweep, but there's a lot of submission opportunities from it. He shuts it down nice. Again, if I'm in Igor's corner, I'm telling him he needs to start making these shots and picking these opportunities a bit more. Rather than just pounding away, he needs to look to try and open a cut or use something significant. A big elbow, a big punch, rather than just pounding away with his hammer fists. It's really hard to knock someone out from that position. This is one of the issues I have with pulling guard in MMA, because even though Leonardo is doing his best off his back, he's throwing shots, Igor's doing the more significant shots. His shots have the most impact, he's on top, he's in control, and unless Leonardo can pull something off his back, then he's due to lose this round. Obviously, he's actively seeking those leg entanglements and trying to sort of get a 2-on-1 and invert on that leg, but Igor's doing a good job shutting it down and pounding away.
Mark Goddard just reminding them that they're going to have to keep it working if they want to keep this position, specifically Wojtas on top. Immediately get back to it.
Both these guys just taking pot shots at each other. You do love to see it. I am waiting for one of these big elbows to come through, but hammer fist galore.
Couple of big hammer fists there from Igor.
We can hear the impact. They're right in front of us, and those hammer fists do hit hard. I just want to see one big elbow.
12 to 6 elbows, of course, now legal as well. Don't forget, folks, if you are jonesing for more Cage Warriors action, we will be back in June. Cage Warriors Manchester, June 20th. We've got Unplugged the night before as well. A week after that, we're in London, and a week after that, we're in Newcastle. The Summer Series going to be coming in hot from June 19th. Tickets from Manchester, London, and Newcastle. No doubt whatsoever in who took that round, but with 2 rounds still to go, everything's still to play for.
Yeah,
nice
these
bodies, the Brazilian.
Waiting around. A lovely calf kick by de Oliveira there. He needs to be careful with that though. If he doesn't set it up with his front hand, you can get caught out and countered quite easily.
Oliveira charging forward behind a couple of shots there, but the knee just a little bit too short. Nice right hand over the top from Wojtas as they clinch up. Lovely elbow on the inside. Great minds think alike. And it looks like Igor Wojtas has been cut there. A little nick on the forehead.
Yeah, that right elbow opened him up a little bit. Obviously, the pressure, I mean, on top is going to make it spray a little bit. Be interesting to see how bad that is. Obviously, a little bit of blood in the canvas, but until we really get a good look at it, we're not going to know.
Seen enough blood with the images of Justin Bellinson's hotel room on social media today after that elbow cut.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to get on Twitter and have a look at that.
And as we saw in the first round, so we're seeing in the second. Igor Wojtas on top, hammering away. Saw him just reaching for his eye there. So it looks like some of that blood may be bothering him a little bit, but we'll just have to keep an eye on that one.
Guys, you've got to work. I want something meaningful, please, work.
Yeah, the last thing Igor wants now is just to get stood back up, because that eye is going to be target practice for Leonardo. The cut is above his right eye, so it is just above the right eyebrow. Not the best place for a cut. It's probably up there with the worst, because that blood is just going to be going in your eye, and obviously you're starting to see the sort of spray off it. You're in a fight, your blood pressure's up, and the other guy's doing his best to hit you. It's going to bleed a lot.
Oliveira just trying to use that knee to create some separation, but he's not deterring Wojtas here.
The blood spray does a massive difference for the grappling exchanges as well. If you haven't been in there before, you don't really...
Please stay working. Come on, you've got to work.
If you haven't been in there before and you haven't sort of experienced it, it is literally like fighting while coming in soap. It does very much change how fights go, and you'll start to see these grappling exchanges become more and more slippery.
Wojtas constantly able to maintain this position and hammer away. He has been warned a couple of times by the referee to make sure the offense is not just continuous but meaningful. My God, I'm not going to let them just sit here and chip away all night.
Goddard, obviously one of the best in the game.
Stop.
And there we see the separation.
Turn around, let's go.
Lovely uppercut from Leonardo and good sprawl.
Yeah, great sprawl for the Brazilian, and he's taking it back here.
See, quite risky. I understand he's got good submissions off his back, and if he can finish, fantastic. But if not, that could have been his opportunity to really cause some damage standing up.
Switching to the armbar. Oh my goodness. Just couldn't get it. And the crowd letting Wojtas know they are right behind him. Final seconds of the round.
And some lovely ground and pound to finish.
Locking on that arm bar, didn't get it. Can he find something else in his third and final round?
Yeah, the cut man doing a good job closing that up. And yeah, brand new.
We've got some great cutmen here in the building tonight. Jono doing the work there in the corner. We have John Tandy on hand as well. It's one of the things you've got to love about Cage Warriors. You've got the best cutmen, the best medical teams, the best judges, the best officials, and almost certainly the best commentators in the game.
100%, 100%. Back to the fight, we see Leonardo pulling guard again. Again, for me, I am not a fan. If you've seen my fights, you understand the way I like to fight. Pulling guard for me is just something I'll never understand. But again, if you can make it work, it works out. But at this point in the fight, they're both very tired. Igor's 2 rounds up, in my opinion. And sort of pulling guard isn't where the fight's going to be won.
It's something that's worked so rarely historically in MMA. Like, you've got to think back to like when the Nigerians were in their primes and they were able to pull guard and sweep almost instantly. But that's not what we're seeing here. We're seeing domination from top position. Igor Wojtas just been able to hammer away consistently. And look, he's taken a few himself in these positions, but he is undoubtedly ahead on the scorecards here. And if things don't change for Leonardo de Oliveira, it's exactly how it's going to end up.
Igor's doing a good job of pinning the right bicep. Again, he's just trying to inhibit Leonardo as much as he can, just to sort of keep mounting those shots up. Again, I would love to see more damaging shots and to sort of pick these opportunities more. And that I haven't seen one 12-6 elbow from him yet, so I would love to see one. I think he may actually be looking for a submission here. He's trying to set the arm triangle up. Leonardo doing a good job of defending it and going back to half guard. Igor doing a brilliant job of keeping both shoulders flat, keeping him dominant and keeping the fight one-sided.
There's a little elbow from Igor Wojtas. Not able to cut de Oliveira. And it looks like Wojtas' cuts opened up again as well. Again, not causing him a massive amount of issues. Shoots us a smile here at the commentary position as he goes to work. There we go, there's the elbows.
That's the 12-6 elbows I love to see.
Another elbow from Wojtas and another. Man, Oliveira must be coated in Teflon, those things, because those elbows are clean.
Knee bar attempt. Igor needs to be careful here and make sure that his knee is clear, because that could be on.
Wow, Wojtas in a bad spot here.
Get your hand out.
Leonardo pressing as hard as he can. The knee is bending, but I don't know if he's got enough of the actual kneecap.
That's going to be sore in the morning, but Wojtas staying alive thus far.
Get your hand out. Do touch the fence.
A stern warning from Mark Goddard there.
Igor just chilling with his leg, almost hyperextended. And I think Leonardo's gas now.
Yeah, the knee is cleared now. I think Leonardo briefly looking for an ankle or a heel, but nothing doing for the Brazilian.
30 seconds. Both these guys exhausted. Leonardo gave it all he had in that knee bar attempt, and I think now he's just waiting it out.
Yeah, and Wojtas has essentially just been delivering ground and pound for the majority of these 15 minutes. Another big performance in the famous yellow gloves for Guccio.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of mixed martial arts action, we go to our judges' scorecards. Your judges score this contest 30-27 by all 3 judges in favor of your winner by way of unanimous decision in the red corner, Igor Wojtas.